Here are 10 ways to increase the amount of books you've read this year. Tip number 1, schedule a time during the day. Try to make it a habit. It could be 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon, or 30 minutes before bed. You can also read during your mealtime. You could read on your lunch break. You could read with your breakfast. You can also replace mindless scrolling on apps such as TikTok with reading. Studies show that it takes 66 days, not 21 days, to form a habit and make it automatic. This was shown by Lally et al. In 2009, where they took over 90 participants who took between 18 and 256 days to automate new behavior. However, the average was 66 days. It could be more, it could be less, but it's definitely not 21 days. They also concluded that missing a day in between did not influence habit formation. What this means is you can miss a day, and that's fine. Just get back on the horse the next day. I find this to be true as well, and it goes back to the 2-day rule by James Clear, where he talks about 1 day missed is fine, but 2 days missed is the formation of a new habit. Tip number 2, pick books that actually interest you. You should be looking forward to books that you want to read. The first thing I do when I'm checking out a book is I read the reviews. Do other people like it? What do they say about it? I then read the blurbs on the dust cover. These are typically helpful to find out what the book is about and what the author says about it. You can also flip through the pages, check out the table of contents, or skim read the first chapter, first few pages, maybe a middle chapter, just to find out what the book is about, see if it's interesting, etc. Tip number 3, and this one's important. Stop reading books that are boring. If a book's bad, give yourself permission to stop reading it. Our goal is to reinforce the habit of reading, and a boring book completely stops this. Step number 4, replace other entertainment for reading, such as shows on Netflix, YouTube, or any other entertainment media. You should prioritize reading over things that don't benefit you in any way. Tip number 5, buy an e-reader or carry books with you. E-readers these days are very inexpensive, especially when you get them on sale. Currently, right now, Amazon sells brand new Kindles from $99 to $189. And if you get them refurbished, you can save another $15 to $20 on a brand new Kindle. Having a book or an e-reader available at all times eliminates excuses for being too busy to read. How many times do you wait around wasting time on your phone when you could be taking out a book or an e-reader and just reading for 5 minutes? 5 minutes, 2 or 3 times a day really adds up. Tip number 6, have a strong purpose for reading more. Do you want to become a better person, learn a new skill, or become wise like Gandalf? Reading is very much correlated with success. The average CEO reads 60 books a year. Now, I'm not saying you need to read 5 books a month, but 1 or 2 wouldn't hurt. There's also a saying that all readers aren't leaders, but all leaders are readers. And I believe this to be true because, in my opinion, good people are always trying to become the best versions of themselves. Tip number 7, read multiple books or genres at once. This might sound counterintuitive, but everyone I know who reads a lot has multiple books at one time. It's kind of like watching multiple TV shows throughout a given month. Sometimes you're in the mood for fiction, sometimes you want to work on yourself, learn a new skill, develop a new habit. It's completely up to you. You have the freedom to read. Tip number 8, join a book club. Look around, check out your local library. There's likely a book club in your area. You can even start a book club amongst your friends. This will give you a good bit more freedom to read what you guys are interested in. And the benefit of joining a club is that it raises the odds that you actually stick to it and continue reading. It's not only a public commitment, but it's a great way to socialize. And if your friends don't want to start one, then join mine on School. There's a link in the description. Tip number 9, do a reading challenge. This can be with a family member, loved one, or a friend. Again, this is a public commitment, and public commitments are very powerful because of maintaining your reputation and social status. We as humans want to be seen as consistent people and desire a reputation that supports this. So when we make a public commitment, it's much more likely to get done. Tip number 10, read more in less time by reading faster. I have a YouTube video that talks about this subject and a deeper dive and course on School linked in the description. If you want to watch the video on how to read faster, you can check that out here. Thank you for watching about my 10 tips on how to read more. Hopefully you adopt 1 or 2, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.